Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be demonstrating my programming language I created and authored. It's called CarbonScript. It's a very simple interpreter-based language. By no means is it supposed to be really fast or efficient. It's just something I was working on the side, and I thought that I wanted to demonstrate it a little bit. So today I'm going to be showing it off by writing a Leetcode question, Fizzbuzz. So Fizzbuzz is a question that just checks the numbers' divisibility and appends the answer to an array. So if a number is divisible by 3 and 5, it'll append Fizzbuzz to an array. If a number is divisible by 3, it'll append Fizz to an array. And if it's divisible by 5, it'll append Buzz to an array. And if none of those conditions are true, then it'll just append the number to an array. Let's get started. So CarbonScript files usually end in the extension car. So let's create our function by function void Fizzbuzz. Now the reason we give it the void property is because it's not going to be returning anything. We're just going to be printing out our output and we're going to end it as that. First we gotta define our array, which will store our results. So let's say result, and we'll give it the array property. We want to set a number value. We'll call that n, and these will be the number of iterations we will have. Then we want to create another variable, and this will keep track of the number we are on currently. So set cur is equals to 1. So we will be starting at 1 instead of 0, since in Fizzbuzz we will be starting at 1, 2, 3. Now traditionally we would have 0, 1, 2, but in this case we're going to be starting at 1. Alright, now we're going to be creating a loop that'll repeat n number of times, and that's how it'll check our numbers. So basically we will be creating a repeat loop. Now a repeat loop is very similar to a for loop. It'll just run a number of times unconditionally. Now we repeat. Now we gotta create our core Fizzbuzz logic. So if our current number is divisible by 15, we will give it, we will push to our result Fizzbuzz. Now the reason we do 15 is because since if a number is divisible by 3 and 5, that's the same thing as 15, because 3 and 5 are both multiples of 15. Now if it's divisible by those two numbers, it is definitely divisible by 15. And then if else the current number is divisible by 5, we will push to the result Buzz. If else the current number is divisible by 3, we will push Fizz. And then finally, if a number is not divisible by anything, then we will push just the number. Now to increment the number, we could do set our current number plus 1, but this is pretty tedious, so what we can do instead is comment that out. We can just do increment our current number, and this will increment once each time the loop runs. So that is our Fizzbuzz logic done. Let's just print out our result, and let's call our function. Let's try it out. There we go. For 15 iterations, we can see that our array is the same as the output array that it should be. Now let's change the number up to 5. Now we can see it matches the output like this as well. Let's change it up to 3. And we can see it matches our output. So that is Fizzbuzz Leetcode 4112 completed in CarbonScript. If you enjoy this video and want to see more CarbonScript videos, let me know in the comments. If this inspires you to work on anything yourself, please let me know. That'll make me feel really good. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later.